And now the #1 story of 2010 belongs to Maple Creek as floodwaters damaged that community back in June. The widespread rainfall across the southwest culminated on Friday with the Trans-Canada Highway closed due to extensive flooding at the Saskatchewan-Alberta border.
Kind of funny to see right here because it's such a flat area and the water flows pretty quick through here.
Well, this is where it looks like it's cresting over right here by the hospital, so a bunch of us are just trying to build it up here to stop it from going over the streets. It's receiving behind us, but if we can stop it from going down the side streets.
As the floodwaters continued to rise, volunteers in the community rallied together, filling sandbags in an effort to stop the water from causing more damage. However, despite these efforts, the water continued to rise, flooding a number of neighborhoods.
So what you're looking at here is actually a street. I know it's hard to tell, but essentially the entire thing is underwater. And pretty much everywhere you go, all you can hear is pumps pumping in the background. And this is essentially ground zero where the worst of the flooding is.
I just came home and we knew the water was up on the 21 highway. I could see there was basically a lake a couple blocks over, and within 10 minutes it had already traveled probably a block. So came home and we started moving stuff up to high ground, and we just couldn't. Came so fast though. I mean, we just couldn't save everything. Very frustrating, but lots of people are in the same boat, I guess. We're not the only ones. Yeah, I was fighting back the tears for a little bit, but what can I do? I just want to get the water out now, and I just hope the heck that insurance covers it, because I just finished my basement last year. Put a lot of work into it. It's frustrating.
Following a night of keeping a watchful eye on the situation, the water receded in the town, and it was time to start the cleanup. As water was being pumped out of the ditches, some pumps could be heard working overtime in many neighborhoods.
Well, it was about 7.5 feet last night. We started pumping. We pumped for 3-4 hours and got it down for about 2 feet. Come back this morning, it was up again a little bit, not as much. So we've got 2 sump pumps going, and so we're cleaning everything out of the basement because everything's got to go.
The state of emergency is still in effect. We still have people evacuated. Some of the people are going to be evacuated yet, probably for another 2-3 days before they get power back, and that's due to electrical inspections and stuff on the transformers and whatnot. And just everything is, safe for them to return to their homes.
The situation in Maple Creek also attracted the attention of the provincial and federal government, as Premier Brad Wall, Minister Yoki Hugabear, and MP David Anderson, along with other dignitaries, toured the flooded neighborhoods of the town on Saturday.
Just wanted to come and let folks know that the province is there for them. There are initiatives that are in place, and I hats off to the Member of Parliament, David Anderson. I phoned him this morning, and he managed to get here. He was trying to stuck between Medicine Hat and here, and David was here to also visit with the folks. We looked at the Highway 1 with the Minister of Highways, and it's just important to do that, send a message to these folks here. I talked also with Premier Stelmach this morning. We're going to work together on this with the federal government as well, because it's pretty large in scope, and the Premier of Alberta is obviously very interested in working with us on this.
I've talked to people today that have lost so much stuff, memorabilia that can never be replaced, antiques that'll never be replaced. And so how can they get some assistance? And that's what our symposium will deal with. Our officials will come out here, and I would like to see it sooner than later, where they can come out and have a public forum and identify what the disaster assistance plan can do for them.
Mayor Barry Rudd further adds that in order for the town to apply for any disaster funding, they need to know how many homes or businesses were damaged by the flood, and therefore crucial for everyone to register at the Legion Hall or town office. Until then, the dollar value of the actual damage is unknown.
We really don't know. I mean, you can probably assume it's going to be in the millions. I don't know if it's tens of millions or if it's just, you know, we really don't know yet. That's why we have the people out knocking on doors trying to get a read on the assessments. How much damage is there? Has a basement wall caved in or anything like that? We really don't know because, you know, the adjusters are actually, I believe they're in town or they're going to be in town, and we'll get a better read on it at that point.
Residents who haven't already been visited by volunteers at their home or business can pick up survey forms to report flood damage from the town office. Volunteers will continue to be needed in the coming days as the cleanup continues. Anyone wishing to lend a hand can contact the town of Maple Creek.